Right issue is one of the ways you make money in the stock market, because the price at which right issue is offered to existing shareholders is supposed to be cheaper than the average market price. Fine, I know you could say, but UBA is not like that. In the case of UBA, we can't really say that this was what went wrong, because in any case, it's usually an advantage to shareholders. But in the case of UBA, it wasn't like that. But compared to the case of Champs, for instance, as of today, is selling for 3 naira 30 kobo. That's the average you can get it. That's even if you're a sniper. But the right issue price is currently 1 naira 70 kobo. Can you compare that? Like 90% difference. Like 90% difference. So that's what you need to understand, that right issue is always at a price that is advantageous to the shareholders. And that's why in this video you may be wondering, is PRESCO right issue out? No, it's not yet out. And this is one of the mistakes people make. Just like many people wish they could buy Champs right issue today, but they can't buy it because they did not qualify for it. And I remember somebody asking me that, oh, I wish to get early access to information like this so that I'll be able to take advantage of right issue. For instance, the tip is currently selling for 12 naira 30 kobo, 12 naira 30 kobo. But by the time its right issue comes out now, it will be selling for 7 naira. So imagine existing shareholders who are qualified, mark my word, qualified, because it is not about buying that stock at any time. As a qualification date, which will be stated in the prospectus that is being issued out, or circular that is being issued out about the qualification date. The question is, do you have that stock in your portfolio as at that qualification date? When you want to take advantage like that, you need to be a first mover. You need to position yourself ahead, and that's why I'm coming up with PRESCO right issue now, because it's already in their last AGM, which was done in early August, that they were going to have a right issue, and it's going to be for 250 billion naira. 250 billion naira, and it is meant for expansion. And if you remember, in one of the videos I've made on whether you should go for right issue or not, I said if you see a company who is using the proceeds from right issue for expansion, it's a good omen. It's a good omen. It's a good signal to you. It's a good indicator to you that the company wants to expand and they want to take advantage of the market space. Now the question is, when will it be out? When is it going to start? Or is it 1 for 3? Is it 1 for 5? How is it going to be? The modalities are yet to be set. But now, why am I making this video when it is yet to be out? By the time it is out and I'm making the video, by that time you may not be qualified again. That's what I'm trying to drive at. You may not be qualified again. And it is important to know that if I want to be qualified for the right issue of PRESCO, then I need to position myself now. Because one thing I've come to observe is just an observation. The dates that the notice to issuers will now come out that they are having their right issue, the qualification date will be very close to that date. It's either few days after or on that very day. That's my observation. I may be wrong, but that's my own observation. And that's why I'm making this video ahead, so that we know that if you want to take advantage of PRESCO right issue, and we don't know how it's going to be. It was when TIP was still selling for 13, close a shy of 14 naira, that their right issue came out, that the circular came out, and the qualification date also came out that they are going to be selling at 7 naira per share to existing shareholders. So now existing shareholders, we want to go and buy at 14 naira or at 13 naira, when I know that I will be entitled to a number of shares at 7 naira. I will not buy at 13 naira. I will rather wait. And that's why that's one of the reasons why you've seen that TIP is not having volume. Why? Because existing shareholders who are supposed to top up, they are just waiting for the right issue to come out. So let's move ahead. So when will it come out? It is subject to obtaining approval from the relevant regulatory authority. From the relevant regulatory authorities, which means they have to go through a process. It is not even within their own capacity. It's still dependent on the relevant regulatory authorities, not even authority, not even one, which means they still have to go through some process. So it is when it is being finalized that those ones that have given them approval, that is when they will now come out with the modalities, whether it is going to be 1 for 3, whether it's going to be 1 for 2, at what price is it going to come out. That's when they are going to come out. And I want to believe that they won't want to make the mistake of UBA. I want to believe that in the case of UBA, I want to believe that it's a miscalculation. It's a miscalculation. Let's move ahead. And they have already stated you can subscribe for additional shares, which means at the end, some investors will not take up their rights, and eventually it will not be given to those who subscribe to additional shares. So you can subscribe to additional shares. So if you want to take advantage, it's better you buy PRESCO now. You may say, but it's already up high there. That's why I said, if you want to take advantage of the right issue, if you want to take advantage of the right issue. Now, this aspect of at times you have to wait for a pullback. It's very good to wait for a pullback even after you have done your technical analysis. But at times, it doesn't work that way, because you are waiting for a pullback and that price may never get back to that region at which you are waiting for it. Just like I remember when PRESCO was selling for 700 naira and somebody asked and said, should I wait whether it will get to 600 naira per share? I said, I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to come back to 600 naira. And it never came back to 600 naira. From that 700 naira, it went straight to 1,550. Now that it's retracing, I think around the region of 1,400, 1,380. I know on your app it's possible you are saying 1,480, but I'm telling you, real-time trading price, you can still get it for 1,380, 1,390, even 1,370 if you are a good sniper. The question is, how can you get this information early so that you can position yourself? You need to go through corporate disclosure of the companies you are interested in. Corporate disclosure. Every company usually have corporate disclosure. They need to disclose ahead their plans, whatever they need to do. They need to disclose it. Internal dealings, they need to disclose it, and you can find it on the NGX. The qualification date is yet to be known. Now the question is, what do they want to use the money for? This will help you to understand. This will help you to know, should I position myself or this does not worth it. So number one, they want to use it to increase their market share. They want to use that money to acquire some palm oil company in Africa. One is already ongoing, which is the one in Ghana, and there's another one which is meant to be done only from this proceeds. So currency diversification, they want to start earning in dollars. According to reports, they are still earning in the local currency, but they want to start earning in dollars. And one of the companies they want to acquire earns I think 41% of its revenue is in dollars. So currency diversification, economies of scale, they want to expand, they want to take advantage, strengthen their competitive advantage. Then long-term organic growth and land banking, they are now acquiring a company that has hectares of land. So that is in form of long-term growth and also land banking. You know what that will mean in the next 20 years? Do you know what that land would have turned to in the next 25 years? So more or less it is even positioning for a longer period of time. Then access to capital. They need capital. They want to expand. So that's my view on the issue of PRESCO. If you are interested, kindly position. When I say position, it means at least get some shares ahead so that by the time it comes out, even if you are not qualified, maybe now let's say you want to get 1,000 but you are not qualified, but at least because you are an existing shareholders, you can still ask for additional shares. You can ask for additional shares. I hope you get my point. So if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do and click on the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever we release a new video. So we meet in our next video. Stay blessed.